Birth control is not a hobby. Stay out of Hobby Lobby. Birth control is not a hobby. Stay out of Hobby Lobby. Birth control is not a hobby. Stay out of Hobby Lobby.
Did anyone happen to bring condoms to hand out to the male employees, since they're the only ones allowed to use contraception, apparently? Yeah, do we have any condoms in the house? No? And by the way, the Hobby Lobby has no problem providing not only condoms, but Viagra and vasectomies to their male employees. So this is clearly a war on women. And they're trying to say that these 4 forms of contraception are the only ones that they don't provide. And they say they're not providing them because they're abortifacients, which means they induce abortion. Now, scientifically, that's not even true. The fact of the matter is, the day after this decision, the Supreme Court directed the lower courts to reopen all the cases from all the corporations that objected to providing any form of contraception to their employees, including birth control pills that are used for other reasons besides birth control, such as endometriosis, such as anemia, and other women's health issues.
My name is Sharon Ford, and I'm 73, and I'm here for my grandchildren, but also because I had endometriosis, and had I been able to have treatment as a teenager for it, I wouldn't have had to have, I wouldn't have been sterile, and I wouldn't have had to have a hysterectomy. So now doctors have found that if they start teen girls on a regimen of birth control pills, it will prevent them from having endometriosis. And if you have had it, you know how painful it can be.
Hello, I'm Lisa Cosboyle, and I am an attorney and a mom of 2. And I just want to say that I support access to birth control for all, because parenting is a responsibility, a big responsibility. It is not a hobby. And nobody has the right to make that choice except for the person that has to have the responsibility to be the parent. So remember that parenting is a responsibility, a job, and not a hobby.
Hi, my name is Jane Wilson, and I'd first of all like to say that we support the workers that are inside Hobby Lobby. We just want them to have comprehensive health care. The other thing is, if you're a person of faith, as I am, they're not mutually exclusive. The idea of reproductive rights and being a person of faith go hand in hand. Family planning. Jesus would want it that way. Anyway, sometimes we're misrepresented, and I think that people should know that we're here too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Bianchi, and I just learned late last night that pre-Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, there were no restrictions on what was available to the employees of Hobby Lobby. So this is a very political move, and we can't take it anymore.
Hi, my name is Barbara Bowman. My husband and I were on our way down to a picket line for the Teamsters in the port when we heard the radio announcement that we were all going to be here. Thank you so much for showing up. I am with the Socialist Workers' Party, and many years ago, as I'm sure many of you all were veterans of winning the decriminalization of abortion rights and making sure that contraception was available, and there was a demand to end forced sterilization, because it's all about the right of a woman to control her own body. And I want to tell you, my favorite demand back then, and my favorite chant was not the church, not the state. Women should decide our fate. And the way we won that is what you and I are doing today. Standing out here, demanding our democratic rights, standing up, saying what we want. I want to thank you all so very much for being here.
How's everyone doing? My name is Pete. I'm with StopAgeTurkey.org. I'm a young man, but both men and women need to be out here supporting a woman's right to choose if or when she will become a mother, and if she wants to have birth control, because women's sexuality as men's sexuality should not be restricted, and women should be able to be viewed as full human beings. And this August, I'm going to be going out to Texas, Ground Zero, for all the abortion rights, closing down, and Stop Patriarchy is going out there to put a stop to that. It's going to take political, independent, mass resistance, just like this. People going out to the streets, people coming together to stop the war on women, because they're not only going after abortion. Right now, we can see they're going after birth control. They're not even about that. They're about women's enslavement, that women should be bare feet and back in the kitchen and serving a man. And even as a man, I have to say, fuck that, you know? Hell no. We need to stop the war on women.
All right, now, without any further ado, I would like to introduce Miss Patty, who's going to give a demonstration on how to make an IUD out of pipe cleaners. What you do is you fold your pipe cleaner in half, then twist it, and then you form the, now you can do two different kinds of IUDs. This one is the Marina, but you can also do one that's a T-shaped, which is a copper IUD that doesn't have any hormones. Now, Hobby Lobby thinks that a copper IUD without hormones causes abortions. It does not. It reduces the need for abortions by stopping pregnancy. It stops the ovulation. It stops the egg from attaching to the mucus. I don't want to be more specific, but it's a crap show. Show me what a feminist looks like. This is what a feminist looks like. Show me what a feminist looks like.
This is what a feminist looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Do we shop at Hobby Lobby? No! So boycott Hobby Lobby. Boycott Hobby Lobby. Boycott Hobby Lobby. Boycott Hobby Lobby.
And it's a human rights issue, not a woman's issue. As a man, I'm not free if you're not free. And I'll make it even clearer. I was raised Irish Catholic and I'm opposed to abortion, but I'm pro-choice. I don't have tubes. I'm not a Nazi. I won't tell anyone else what to do with their body. We need to be free. We need to have equal access. We need Planned Parenthood. We need clinics. Thank you.
I joined the United States Marine Corps out of high school because I wanted to serve my country and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. When I joined, we had freedom of religion. We could all practice whatever we wanted to practice. After the Marine Corps, I was a successful computer engineer until a combination of a drunk driver and a barely competent surgeon ended that for a number of years now. I am trying to get back in the workforce off of disability, but now I have another complication. I have to worry about what religion the CEO of the company is, because I have my own beliefs. If I go to work for Coca-Cola now, it's possible that Muhtar Kent, their Muslim CEO, could make demands of me as far as what I could eat. Same with Bob Iger, Jewish at Disney. If a child comes along saying that he's Steve Jobs reincarnated, he might take control of Apple, and I might have to make myself a Buddhist. The list goes on and on, from atheists to Scientologists. Don't think that just because you might personally agree with Hobby Lobby that the floodgate isn't opened.
Hi, I'm Corey Redstone. I'm with Rising Tide Southern California, and I'd just like to say that this sets a dangerous precedent. This is incredibly disturbing that corporations have been given religious rights. It's frightening, and I'm very worried. My landlord might be a vegetarian, and he might oppose me having yogurt in my refrigerator. My landlord might oppose birth control. What if I have my horde pills on my nightstand? Is he going to be upset by that? I am not going to stand for this. We have to do everything we can to protect the rights of women to control their own bodies. So this is just the beginning of the onslaught against women. Get ready. It's coming. This is the first step. They're coming after us.
My name is Jackson Earl Morse, nicknamed J.E., and I come from Redondo Beach, and I'm 12 years old. And when I first heard about it, I thought, my gosh, this is dumb. They're, just because of their personal beliefs, they're imposing their opinions on others and forcing women to have certain health care and stuff. Like, that's not cool. You have to, if you want to only use that certain health care, you can use that certain health care, not other people, unless they want to.
That's right. Out of the mouths of babes, and one final person. For now we had a youth, now we have a grandmother.
A grandmother for sure, Doris Dent. I just have to say, if we ever want to see any of this change, we have to work our butts off and get out in November and re-elect somebody that will get us eventually some new Supreme Court justices and a better Congress that can help overturn some of these laws. So that's where we need to go.
Hi, I'm Mary Ovario, recent transplant to LA from the Midwest. I'm a writer, I'm a woman, I'm a person of faith. As a person of faith, I have a little confession to make. I used to shop here, but it is now, and has been for quite a few years now, my sincerely held belief that I will never ever walk through the door of Hobby Lobby again, and I hope you'll join me.
I just want to say that birth control is an important part of women's medical coverage, and it's a right that we need to maintain. Corporations shouldn't be able to undermine it because it is one of the critical rights that lets women decide what their path is going to be. It lets women decide if they're going to have one child or 2 children or no children. It lets them decide if they're going to have a child into poverty when they're earning minimum wage. It lets women decide what kind of family they're going to have and when they're going to have a family. Men get to decide that because they don't have a uterus. This was a harmful decision, and there's a sign around here that says no uterus, no vote. And I think that the Supreme Court justices should have recused themselves if they did not have a uterus.
When I was 16, I felt really alone with what I was going through with my health. And I was too afraid to go to my parents, and I was too afraid to go to teachers. And you know who helped me? Planned Parenthood. They helped me find my birth control, and because of that, I took control over my body, and I'm feeling better than ever. Thank you, Planned Parenthood. It's right down the street, guys. We have a can that's taking donations for the Planned Parenthood. They're amazing. It's an amazing corporation. We need to support that. For all those girls who cannot go to their parents and have no one to turn to, they have Planned Parenthood to turn to.
I'm Doug Weisskopf. I'm from Burbank, and I just want to say I'm here today for my mom who passed last year. Old age, went naturally, and she would have loved to have been here, and she's here in spirit. And I remember her watching George Bush sign the new law against late-term abortion, and she said, how come all those guys standing around watching and signing are men? No. We're all the women.
Boycott Hobby Lobby. Girl-cott Hobby Lobby. Girl-cott Hobby Lobby. I love it. Show me what a feminist looks like.
This is what a feminist looks like.
Show me what a feminist looks like.
These are what feminists look like.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose bodies?
Our bodies.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose bodies?
Our bodies.
Freedom of choice, long may it wave. Freedom of choice, long may it wave.
Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights.
Women's rights are human rights.
Not the church, not the state. Women must control their fate.
Not the church, not the state. Women must control their fate. Not the church, not the state. Women must control their fate.
How do you feel about your boss's hypocrisy when they condemn and do not allow you to have an IUD or the morning after pill, and yet their 401k, your 401k, is invested in the very pharmaceutical device companies that manufacture the IUD and the morning after pill?
I think it's clear in America that corporations only have one God, and that God is money.
Fulfillment is paid by the almighty dollar, and in pursuit of that, everything
is permissible, including the exploitation of our women, our children, our men, everybody, because it affects every single one of us.
And I see another sign. If men had babies, this would not be a problem. Right? Our next action is going to be at Whole Foods, because Eden Soy, Eden Organics, is another company that is suing right now to not have to provide contraception. And all of us liberal hippies who shop at Whole Foods and drink soy milk are probably buying their products without even knowing this.
Boycott, Hobby Lobby, boycott, Hobby Lobby, boycott, Hobby Lobby, boycott, Hobby Lobby, boycott, Hobby Lobby.
We are women and this is our fight.
We are women and this is our fight.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
Said we are women and this is our fight.
We are women and this is our fight.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
We are women and this is our fight.
We are women and this is our fight.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right. Can I ask you how you feel about Hobby Lobby denying women contraception? What?
They won in court.
All right, well, how would you feel if your employer denied you the right to get contraception under a federal law?
They won in court.
What do you think of Hobby Lobby denying women the right to have contraception? No comment? What do you think of Hobby Lobby denying women the right to have contraception?
They don't like it.
They don't like it, they don't have to work here. But you think corporations should have religious rights? Do you think corporations are people and they should have religious rights? Because that's what this decision says. You don't think that's what it says? What do you think of this decision where Hobby Lobby said will not provide contraception to its women employees? You don't care? Okay, so you think that... Yeah, but that's the decision. If they don't want the insurance companies to pay, that's the decision. Under Obamacare, they don't want to have to pay. Obamacare sucks. Do you think corporations are people? Do you think their corporations are people with religious rights? What do you think of Hobby Lobby's decision? So you have a USA shirt on. What do you think of Hobby Lobby's decision?
I really want you to leave me alone.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Rudat. I'm with Craft Options, and I'm here to let everyone in the Burbank area know that when they're shopping for craft, art, party, and hobby supplies, they have options. Unlike anyone that works for Hobby Lobby, they no longer have healthcare options. We are giving shoppers retail shopping options. So most people have been very receptive. We've been able to turn about 50% of the people we've encountered away. If people have guaranteed, like, hey, you know what, you're right, we actually didn't know what was going on, thank you for informing us, they have voluntarily left. We've been giving out 40% off coupons and then $10 gift cards to a myriad of different competitors, not favoring one in particular, to those who say, you know what, I'm stopping in my tracks, I'm turning around and I'm going elsewhere. If we can give them some sort of incentive and they have a positive experience somewhere else, then we've made a difference.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
We're all people and this is our fight.
We're all people and this is our fight.
Because contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
All right, that's all I got.